Okay, I guess this is JP's Fantastic Grinds number 18. And if you can't tell, this is Ministry's The Land of Rape and Honey. This was coming sooner or later. There's a few bands that had an impact on me over the years, and this is one of them. And this was the first album I ever bought by Ministry. And I can't even tell you, well, the first time I ever got to see them was 1988 or 89 or 90 on the Mine is a Terrible Thing to Taste tour in Baltimore. And that was the album that came out after this one. And then came In Case You Didn't Feel Like Showing Up, the live album, but just, this was their first industrial metal style of album. I didn't really get to know any of their earlier stuff until a little bit later. But yeah, if you listen to the first Ministry album and then listen to this, you wouldn't know it's the same band. And this is a repress on lavender vinyl. I got this a few years ago, 5, 10, maybe 10 years ago. And according to the album, it says that it is the (748th) copy out of 1,500. The song that's playing right now is Deity, but I wanted to make sure Golden Dawn was playing during this video. Another strange thing is the label out of Omaha, Nebraska. I need to get some glasses. I can't even read this stuff anymore. I think it's called Drastic Plastic or something like that. A subsidiary of Warner Brothers. But yeah, I've seen Ministry so many times now over the years. And this was the album that just reeled me in. Back in the day, Stigmata was the song that played on MTV, 120 minutes or whatever. And that was the song that just pulled people in. But this is Golden Dawn, and I had no idea what Golden Dawn was back then. I just thought it was a cool name for a song. So if you look, Golden Dawn, they're talking about the samples they've included in the song. You can just read it for yourself. But the second one, which is coming up pretty soon, is actually the voice of Aleister Crowley from his Call of the First Ether. And I'm not sure if you know who Aleister Crowley is, but he's a infamous, I don't know what you call him. He was a Freemason at one point. Sometimes he's regarded as the most wicked man in the world. He thought he was the beast of Revelation. But that's another reason why I'm playing this album, even though I wanted to anyway. But anyway, when they start chanting the Antichrist during Golden Dawn, I just wanted to share something that I thought was completely bizarre that I just learned And it's, food for thought. But there's a guy on TikTok, and he makes a lot of videos, and he's talking about being a flat earther and all this. And I thought he was a little bit nuts at first. But he has a video talking about how he believes that Donald Trump was Elvis. And I was like thinking, yeah, Donald Trump used to be Elvis. I just kind of laughed and like, I started thinking, is this guy like CIA or something? Like, is he just there just to mess with people? But then I was thinking about what he was saying in another video that I saw today being, well, October 11th is when I found out about his most recent video where he, not only was he saying that Elvis is Donald Trump, but at the end of this video, he whispered and said that he's Lucifer in the flesh. And when you think about it, which I've been thinking a lot about this, was that if the devil could do anything that he wanted, and if the devil's been on this planet for thousands of years, and if you can make yourself appear to be anyone, why not be one of the world's most famous singers that women adore? And then just transition and become one of the most powerful people on the planet, leaders of one of the most powerful countries on the planet. I mean, it's crazy to even say these words, but the more I thought about it, I was thinking, if I was the devil and I could appear as whoever I wanted to be, why not? But anyway, getting back to this album, the part you just heard was actually Aleister Crowley's voice. And there's not a whole lot of recordings of his voice, but there is a vinyl record which I have that actually has recordings of Crowley's voice. But I don't even know, back in 1988 when Al Jorgensen, where in the world did he get the recordings of Aleister Crowley's voice? That's what I want to know. Because Crowley thought he was the Beast of Revelation. And just craziness. But anyway, I don't want to drag this out too long, but this album is brilliant. Brilliant.